What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and today we're bringing you some Black Ops 2 gameplay using the Scar going 30-1 in a free-for-all match. One of the best free-for-alls that I've ever had. I only die right at the beginning, coming up right here, and then after that it's just going streaks all in. I just destroyed these kids in a free-for-all match, but yeah, so that's not really what I want to talk about though. Past gameplays I've been talking about how I got this free-for-all gameplay, so here's the gameplay, and I want to talk about the Blood and Gore system returning in Black Ops 3. So if you don't know what that is, it basically comes from World at War, how they had a Blood and Gore system in that game. But before we get started with today's commentary, I want to shout out to Drifter for making the actual video that allows me to report this information out too, because he actually got to play a pre-alpha of the game along with other YouTubers, and there will be a link in the description below to the Blood and Gore video that he made, so you can see where I got this information from. And also keep note that he played a pre-alpha of the game, so anything is subject to change for the good or for the worse. But obviously I don't think they would remove this Blood and Gore system once you hear about what it actually does. And so that's really why I wanted to shout out to Drifter, because he just makes awesome videos about, you know, the informational. That's really his thing, you know, in depth with Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts, and I think he did it for Black Ops 2. I might be wrong. I don't remember that well, but for everything informational, his channel will be obviously in the link below with the video, so you can check that out. But the Blood and Gore system, anyways, is basically like, well, in World at War we'll explain what this was. So if you ever played World at War, if you took a double-barrel shotgun to someone's body, if you took an explosive to someone's body, they exploded in half or into pieces, and it was really cool. You know, it wasn't like fundamental to have into the game like they needed to have it, and that's why with these previous Call of Duties after World at War we didn't get to see it, because the game needed room for the other stuff like the camos and the, you know, it had to load the other stuff before, and adding this in would just make the game run a little less properly. But now with the technology of obviously the PC, which it's always been able to do, but with the console technology of the next generation of consoles, they are able to include lots more stuff that they couldn't include on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. So they're adding this system back into Call of Duty, and it basically does the same thing. But here's the thing, though. Obviously, we talked about these specialist powers within Black Ops 3, where you're going to be able to, it's basically like the Destiny powers, where, you know, it'll be for a limited amount of time, and it works like a certain way. But, you know, with these special powers, you can have this crossbow, you can have, you know, anything like that. But, you know, while you're using those, all of these Blood and Gore systems work only within the specialists. It's not really within the regular game. They said they didn't want it like that, and I can understand that. So it only works with the specialists, though. So, you know, if you have, like, one of the crossbows that they have, the arrow, that if that hits you, you're going to spew into blood and guts all over the wall. It's just going to be crazy gore. It was just, like, intense. Apparently, according to Drifter, it was really intense how, you know, he saw, like, different body chunks come flying out. It was just, like, it was mad, especially with the next generation of consoles. I could see that being a thing. And so yeah, that is really cool, and I'm glad it only works for the specialist items like the guns and the abilities, because let's say you're running around in the whole Black Ops 3 game and a Remington shotgun user just happens to come around the corner and blast you. You don't want to see that all the time. That would get too boring. And the example that Drifter used in his video is like Mortal Kombat. You know, you look at Mortal Kombat, yeah, it's nice to see all the moves, but after a while it's like, oh, that's the same move. Oh, okay, it looks the same. I mean, and I understand Mortal Kombat's a fighting game and all, but with him, you know, Call of Duty, it's not really meant to be a blood and gory game, but having this feature in every once in a while so that you don't see it every time would be a really cool feature, and they are actually adding this into the game. Now, along with this feature and the other features that the game has, like the gunsmith, the ability to customize your own camos within Black Ops 3. That's why I don't think that Black Ops 3 will be coming to the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, just because, I mean, they even say, you know, availability platform may vary or it could change before launch, but if the game did come out for there, they wouldn't have this Blood and Gore feature, and they would definitely not have the gunsmith feature. It would just be regular camos, because the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 cannot handle this Blood and Gore system with all these extra added features added into the game if they were to release a previous console version like that. So that's why I only think it's going to be for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and, of course, PC. So, yes, that's really it, but the Blood and Gore system is coming back within Black Ops 3, and I'm excited because in World at War, you know, it was there and they took out the camos to replace that so that the game could actually run. but you know, it was a choice between those. But now we get to actually have both, and we get to have both very well done. You know, according to Drifter, again, the blood and gore is just amazing within Black Ops 3, how it like spews chunks and guts all over the place, and if it only does that for the specialist items only, that's cool. He also did mention the ability to use like a big old 50 cal sniper, and if you get a headshot, the headshots explode. But we'll see. What anything can change from here, you know, anything can change. They could add in weapons that do that, or, you know, but it depends. But the developers apparently are only interested in keeping the specialist items, and I'm glad it's only that, because you don't want to see that every match, like I said before. So leave your comment below on the blood and gore system returning, or maybe you haven't played World at War ever before, and you never knew about it, or you knew about it but you think that this is a cool idea anyways. Leave your thoughts below. I mean, it really isn't a bad idea. I can't see anyone hating this, because it's just cool how it does that, you know what I mean? It's not like anything like it added that would just be hateful, you know? It just does what it does, and it's just a cool added little feature. And the developers were actually talking about making blood splatter all over your screen if somebody near you died by one of these abilities, so that you'd feel like you're in the action. That feature isn't there yet, but they were just talking about that. You know, everything from here on in is just going to be cool, talking about the blood and gore system within Black Ops 3. So that's it for this video. Like if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more content. Again, Drifter's video will be a link in the description below, which basically goes over the same stuff that I talked about here. And that's it. I'm Ninja Geek. I'm out. Peace.